Hello everyone, in this video we're going to cover the vocabulary of Unit 1 of Skillful 2, 3rd edition. Let's begin. Go to page 10. Community service. Community service means work that is not pay that someone does to help other people, sometimes as punishment for a crime. Example, he volunteered for community service at a local shelter. Community service helps people give back to their neighborhood. She completed her community service by cleaning up the park. Our school organizes community service projects every year. Community service is a great way to meet new people. Concept. Concept is an idea of how something is or how something should be done. You can say concept of or concept that. The verbs that you can use with this word are as follows. You can say have a concept of something or understand a concept. Grasp a concept means understand it. Introduce a concept or develop a concept. Consider. Consider. Consider means think about. So think about something when you want to make a decision. You can say consider doing something. So don't use to after that. Consider doing something. I seriously consider resigning. Consider the possibility of something or consider the possibility of doing something. For example, have you considered the possibility of retraining? Or consider whether to do something, or consider where, how, or why something happens. Or be considering your position. This is used in formal context. Donate. Donate. Donate means to give something, especially money, to a person or an organization in order to help them. You can say donate something to somebody or donate something to something. Example, I decided to donate my old clothes to charity. Or she plans to donate blood at a local clinic. They asked people to donate money for the new playground. You can read the rest of the examples by yourself. Duty. Duty. Duty means something that you must do. So duty is your obligation. You can say have a duty to do something, do your duty, fulfill your duty, or fail in your duty. Or you can say she has a strong sense of moral duty. So you can have a sense of moral duty, or you can be duty bound to do something. Fortunate, fortunate. Fortunate means lucky. When you're fortunate, you're lucky because something good happens to you. You can say fortunate to do something, or fortunate in doing something, or fortunate that, more fortunate than somebody, or less fortunate than somebody. Institution. Institution. Institution means a large organization that has a particular kind of work or purpose. You can talk about financial institution, educational institution, or research institution. Let's read one of the examples here. For example, the institution helps people find jobs. Or one more, our institution provides education to students. You can read the rest by yourself. Recommendation. Recommendation. Recommendation is the official advice given to someone, especially about what to do, or another definition is a suggestion to someone that they should choose a particular thing or person that you think is very good. So recommendation is means either advice or suggestion. You can say recommendation for. You can make a recommendation. Or you can say recommendation of. Recommendation to do something, or on somebody's recommendation. Please pause the video, read the sentences, the examples by yourself, then listen to the rest of the video. Go to page 14. Charity. Charity. An organization that gives money, goods, or help to people who are poor, sick, or etc. You can talk about charity event or charity walk, charity concert, and you can do something for charity. Please read the other examples by yourself. Original. Original. Original means happening or existing first. So here I have a more detailed definition. So original means the first or earliest version of something before any changes, alterations, or revisions have been made. It refers to the initial state or form as it was conceived or created. For example, in the phrase original plan, or original denotes the plan as it was initially designed or intended. You can talk about the original document or original investment. Okay, next, opposite. Opposite means as different as possible from something else. You can say opposite to something or someone, or at the opposite end of the scale, at the opposite end of the spectrum, the opposite way around. Let's read some of the examples together. His opinion is the opposite of mine. The two colors are on opposite sides of the spectrum. We have opposite views on the subject. Their personalities are completely opposite. Their results were the opposite of what we expected. Cause. Cause means an aim, belief, or organization that a group of people support or fight for. Example, you can say cause of something. For example, devotion to the cause of women's rights. Or you can talk about a good cause, a worthy cause, or a deserving cause, a just cause, a noble cause, or the nationalist cause, the Republican cause. You can support a cause or fight for a cause or champion a cause or advance a cause, promote it or further it. You can be committed to a cause, or you can be sympathetic to a cause. Colleague. Colleague means co-worker, someone you work with, especially used by professional people. You can say a colleague of mine. A colleague of mine from the bank. Or she discussed the idea with some of her colleagues. Here I added the difference between colleague, workmate, co-worker, associate, and staff. Colleague, as I said, is the person you work with in a company or organization. For example, someone working in the same office or someone teaching in the same school. But workmate is British English, and it is more informal than colleague, and co-worker is American English. Again, it means someone who you work with, but it is American English. Associate is someone who you work with, especially another businessman or businesswoman. And staff refers to all the people who work for an organization. For example, the company employs a total of 520 staff. So knowing these words is good when you hear them in a business setting. Experiment. Experiment is a scientific test done to find out how something reacts under certain conditions or to find out if a particular idea is true. So we can say experiment with, experiment in, experiment on, or by experiment. You can do an experiment or you can carry out an experiment. You can perform an experiment or conduct an experiment. Or you can say an experiment shows something, an experiment demonstrates something, an experiment proves something. Expensive. Expensive means costing a lot of money. It is the opposite of cheap. You can say something is expensive to buy, or expensive to run, expensive to produce, or expensive to maintain. Someone can have expensive taste. This one means that person likes expensive things. You can say something looks expensive or proves expensive. Provide. Provide means to give something to someone or make it available to them because they need it or want it. Example, the hotel provides a shoe cleaning service for guests. So you can provide something for someone, or you can provide somebody with something. Page 19, abstract. Abstract is the synonym of theoretical. When something is abstract, it is based on general ideas or principles rather than specific examples or real events. You can say abstract idea or abstract concept. Example, the ability to translate abstract ideas into words, or in abstract terms or abstract thought. So you can say abstract is the opposite of concrete. Benefit. Benefit means if you benefit from something or it benefits you, it gives you an advantage, improves your life, or helps you in some way. You can benefit from something or you can benefit by. You can benefit greatly, you can benefit enormously, you can benefit considerably. Let's read one of the examples together. I'm sure you'll benefit greatly from the visit. Cooperative. Cooperative means helpful, willing to cooperate or willing to help. Opposite of uncooperative. Example, the team was very cooperative during the project. She's always cooperative when someone needs assistance. The students were cooperative in cleaning up the classroom. You can read the rest by yourself. Fall into place. Fall into place means if parts of a situation that you have been trying to understand fall into place, you start to understand how they are connected with each other. So when things fall into place, you start to understand how they are connected. And if the parts of something that you want to happen fall into place, they start to happen in the way you want them. So as you see, there are two definitions. So when things fall into place, either you start to understand how these things are connected, or things start to happen the way you want them to happen. Let's read one or two of the examples here. I read the last one. With time and effort, all the details will fall into place. Or once you understood the instructions, the puzzle pieces began to fall into place. Intermediate. Intermediate means at a level of knowledge or skill that is between the basic level and the advanced level. Example, he is at an intermediate level in learning Spanish, or she took an intermediate guitar lesson to improve her skills. Label. Label. You see the picture of a label here. So label is a piece of paper or another material that is attached to something and gives information about it. You can say on the label. It says dry clean on the label. Or you can talk about a luggage label. Impact. Impact means the effect or influence that an event, situation, etc. has on someone or something. You can say have an impact on or have an impact upon. Major impact or significant impact or profound impact. Profound means deep. Or you can talk about impact of something. Let's read one or two of the examples. The new policy had a positive impact on employee morale, and climate change is having a serious impact on the environment. Please read the other examples by yourself. Make up one's mind. Make up one's mind means to decide or come to a conclusion after thinking about different options or possibilities. For example, if you're unsure about which movie to watch, you might need some time to make up your mind and choose one. Instead of once, you can use possessive adjectives. So we can say, I make up my mind, you make up your mind, he makes up his mind, she makes up her mind, they make up their minds. Okay, so you can use possessive adjectives instead of ones. Let's read some of these examples here. She couldn't make up her mind about which dress to wear, means she couldn't decide. He needs to make up his mind before the tickets sell out. And here I have one sentence with they. Let's read that one. They made up their minds to move to a new city. Normal. Normal means usual, typical, or expected. You can say it is normal for somebody to do something. Or you can say something is quite normal or perfectly normal. It is normal to feel nervous before an exam. Principle. Principle means the most important or main. His principal reason for making the journey was to visit his family. Page 27. Cohort. Cohort means a group of people of the same age, social class, etc., especially when they are being studied. Example, my study group is a cohort of students working together, or the teacher assigned projects to different cohorts in the class. She worked closely with her cohort to finish the research. Our cohort of new employees will start training next week. Each cohort in the program has a different schedule for exams. Forage. Forage means to go around searching for food or other supplies, or to search for something with your hands in a bag, drawer, etc. And a forager is someone or something that searches for food or supplies, usually by gathering what is naturally available in the wild. Foragers collect resources like plants, fruits, nuts, or even small animals rather than farming or producing food themselves. Historically, humans were foragers before developing agriculture, and animals like birds or squirrels can also be considered foragers when they gather food from nature. Let's read some of the examples. The squirrel is a skilled forager gathering nuts for winter. Foragers in the forest look for mushrooms and berries. The bear, as a natural forager, searches for food in the wild. Ancient humans were foragers before learning to farm. The bird acts as a forager, collecting seeds from the ground. So in your book, you have the word forager as a noun, and the verb form of it is forage. Groom. If an animal grooms itself or another animal, it cleans its own fur and skin or that of the other animal. Let's read some of the examples. The cat loves to groom itself by licking its fur. Zookeepers groom the horses every morning to keep them clean. Monkeys groom each other to remove dirt and insects. It is important to groom your dog regularly to prevent mats in its fur. Birds often groom their feathers to stay neat and healthy. Infected. Infected means if a part of your body or a wound that is infected has harmful bacteria in it, which prevents it from healing. So when a part of your body is infected, it has bacteria in it and it doesn't get better easily. You can say an infected finger, or the cut on his hand got infected after he didn't clean it. The doctor said the patient was infected with a virus. The mosquito bite became red and infected after a few days. If you don't cover the wound, it could get infected. The cat's paw was infected from a scratch. Mite. A very small creature that lives in plants, carpets, etc. A mite is a tiny insect that can live on plants and animals. The dog was scratching a lot because of a mite infestation. Some mites are so small that you can't see them without a microscope. A farmer sprayed the crops to protect them from mite damage. Dust mites can live in carpets and cause allergies. Parasite. Parasite. A plant or animal that lives on or in another plant or animal and gets food from it. The doctor explained that the parasite was causing the stomach infection. Fleas are parasites that can make pets itchy and uncomfortable. Malaria is spread by a parasite carried by mosquitoes. That is the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Keep learning. See you next time. Bye bye.